it's critically important to talk to kids regularly about the importance of good nutrition and why these foods are good for you, why these foods are bad for you, so that there needs to be a constant dialogue. And that being said, if you're doing that, which is the prerequisite, I think it's completely fair game as a parent to sneak goodies in without them knowing it. I call this stealth health. Getting your family to eat healthier without them knowing it. And I have 4 kids, and I am an absolute whiz at doing this, so I'm very happy to be able to share my wisdom as a nutrition expert and as a mom with you. And the first thing that comes to mind is to make simple substitutions, meaning these are substitutions that will have little, if any, effect on the taste of a particular food, but can have a huge effect on making it more nutritious. For example, when you're going to buy eggs, go ahead and be sure you get the eggs that are fortified with omega-3 fats. They're available at all grocery stores. This is a no-brainer because most kids love eggs, and most kids do not like the foods otherwise that contain omega-3 fats, which are critically important for brain health, cardiovascular health. So go for the omega-3 eggs instead of the regular eggs. Another great example, I do this one all the time, is instead of using the typical ground meat that has, even if you get like really lean ground meat, it still has significant amounts of artery-clogging saturated fat. Why don't you get, 100% ground turkey breast? First of all, turkey is one of the healthiest proteins you can put in your body, and there's hardly any saturated fat in this, and it tastes just as good in your spaghetti and in your lasagna and things like that, and your meatloaf. So do that one. That one's an easy one to do. Here is one of my family's personal favorites, and one of my personal favorites. We now have available all these wonderful pastas that instead of being made out of the typical 100% white flour pasta, they're multigrain. I'm not talking about 100% whole wheat, because guess what? Most kids don't like that. It looks weird. It tastes kind of sour. But this you can trick anyone with. My kids have never thought it is anything other than the standard brand. This has got boosted up with protein, boosted up with fiber, boosted up with healthy fats. I could actually go on and on about it, and there are lots of brands available, so look for these multi-grain pastas in lieu of the traditional 100% white flour pastas. Here's a really simple one. Again, you don't talk to your kids about these things. You just do it. And how about getting 100% fruit instead of the standard jelly? Why? Because this, you're getting more of the goodness in fruit and less sugar. So this just, again, simple to do. Kids will not even know you did it. Let's see here. Oh, now this is a big one. We all love ice cream. Every kid loves ice cream, and even Dr. Ann loves ice cream. And over here, we have the traditional, this brand. I don't have to say anything about it. Loaded with saturated fat, tons of sugar. Over here, we have 100% sorbet. Guess what? No fat and less sugar, and taste really, really good. So less calories, less sugar, no fat in this one. This is more calories, more sugar, and so many calories it's frightening. Okay. Next. Oh, we have all these new healthy chips out there. It's a great thing. The world is getting better in terms of healthy foods. So instead of the traditional chips, like these over here, what about getting these baked chips, baked, less fat? The fats that are in them are the healthy fats, and these are even made from whole grains. Whole grains. So that's awesome. You have a chip with less fat, it's not fried, and it's made from whole grains. Simple substitution. Please do it. This is a big one. Juice. Now, these both may look like the same thing, but they're not. Over here, we have what you should be doing. This is what you should substitute for this. This is what we call fruit drinks. Fruit drinks. And the way you identify them is you don't see anywhere on this package 100% fruit juice, okay? So what this is, and almost any brand you can get of fruit drinks, fruit beverages, are water, and the second ingredient is sugar, usually high fructose scary corn syrup. High fructose scary corn syrup. We don't like that. Instead, look for 100% juice, and now you can get these juices that have been spiked with the vitamins and minerals that your kids are most apt to be deficient in. This one's got additional A, B, C, D, E, and calcium. What a great thing. Much better choice, simple substitution. Let's see, we have a few more, and I think they're over there. Look at this, crackers, right? It's amazing. Whole grains are having a renaissance, and I like it because I know they're so good for your health. So here's, on this side, sort of traditional crackers that kids like. And guess what? Now you can get crackers that taste just as good that are truly made from 100% whole grain. And you know what? Your kids are supposed to be getting several servings of whole grains each and every day. And this is a tasty, easy way to do it, especially for a snack. Okay? All right, this is one of my most favorites. Okay, on this side we have the standard iceberg lettuce, which, by the way, has 10% of the RDA for absolutely nothing. Nothing. This has fiber and water, but virtually is otherwise devoid of any significant nutrients. Now, over here, we have romaine lettuce. Now, this one's crunchy, and so is this one. And you can easily make this transition without your kids like freaking out thinking, it's not like it's spinach. This one is crunchy, and guess what? It has so many nutrients in it that honestly, it will take me too long to reel them off. So just trust me that it's loaded. Any dark leafy greens are always exploding with nutrients. And this, again, although it provides fiber and water, really is a major nutritional weakling. All righty. A lot of great simple substitutions. Another wonderful change in the dairy aisle is there is a greater and greater array of healthier cheeses. So over here we have your standard cheese cubes. Kids love cheese. It tastes really good. The problem is it's got a lot of saturated fat in it, a lot. In fact, cheese is probably the single greatest contributor to elevating our cholesterol levels in America, and literally, more than 54% of adult Americans have a high cholesterol. That's fat. So instead of getting the full fat cheese cubes, you can now find all sorts of cheeses in fun, kid-friendly shapes and packages that are made from 2% milk. And what this does is significantly, about 35% decrease in the saturated fats, less calories, and you still get all that wonderful good protein and the calcium. This is a no-brainer substitution. Get the 2%. Another one, let's see. Over here. Here we have traditional stick butter, right? And this is one of the sort of what we call the newer healthy margarine spreads. And believe it or not, you can get lots of margarine spreads that not only are they free of trans fats, they're made with the kind of fat that actually makes you healthier, that improves the health of your arteries. Lots of them are available. Look for contains no trans fats is the most important sort of marker to be able to select the best ones. And use this. I will tell you, it tastes just as good, if not better, than butter. So use these healthy margarine spreads in lieu of butter, and definitely in lieu of stick margarine, which is actually worse than butter, right? That's so bad I couldn't even bring it in the studio. It make me sick to look at it. All right, let's see. Now, I think we may have finished our simple substitutions. I have another great strategy for you. The biggest challenge, I think, as a parent, again, I'm one, is getting our kids to eat the veggies they need. And the reality is young kids need at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And if they're teenagers, they need 7 to 9. And it's best if the veggies outweigh the fruit, but it is a big challenge. So what are some stealth, kind of sneaky ways to get them to eat more veggies? One of my favorite examples is to shred. What you can do, you can shred carrots. There you go. You can take really any vegetable. The biggest ones are carrots, and that lend themselves well to this. Carrots, your dark leafy greens, your broccoli, your zucchini. Shred it up, or buy it already shredded, like I do. It's super convenient. And throw these shredded veggies into things like your spaghetti sauce and your meatloaf and your lasagna and your soups and stews. You know what? They won't bat an eyelash. They have no idea it's even in there. A lot of times, it will not affect the flavor. Simple thing to do. Another wonderful way to get nourishment in them, let's go for that canned pumpkin. This is an incredibly special food. We should do a whole piece on canned pumpkin. And it's really cool because it's an example of a canned food that is truly healthier than its fresh counterpart. And this is 100% pure pureed pumpkin, and it can boast the highest concentration of carotenoids than any other food. Loaded with fiber, loaded with carotenoids. You say, what are carotenoids? They are incredibly powerful chemicals that protect us from cancer, that protect our cardiovascular system. They're important for healthy skin and eyes. And what's great about canned pumpkin, the way you do this is you use it in your baked goods. Like I'm known for my pumpkin cornbread. In fact, I always post what I feed my kids and my family on my website, and people say, what is the pumpkin cornbread? Well, I just make cornbread according to the standard recipe, but then I add an entire can of canned pumpkin. So in your muffins or any of your baking, you could do this. You can also add canned pumpkin frequently to stews and even to soups. Again, it just spikes up the carotenoids, the vitamin A, and the fiber with, in my opinion, actually improving the flavor. And another great trick, all kids love mashed potatoes. So cauliflower, which has a nutritional profile that will completely blow potatoes out of the water. You can make, instead of mashed potatoes, you make mock mashed cauliflower. And you do it the same way. You basically cook the cauliflower. You can boil it, you can roast it, you can steam it, and you smash it up and do the other things you do to your mashed potatoes to make it taste good. And I've never served my mock mashed cauliflower to any kid that did not love it. Okay? So those are some simple ways to get your kids to eat more veggies. The last little trick of the trade for me is to utilize and fully exploit what I call nutritional boosters. So these are specific foods that are just completely super concentrated in their nutrients. I mean, they have so many nutrients that even a teeny bit will go a long way. And one of my favorite ones is wheat germ, which I have. Look, it's right in my lap. That's how much I like it. Wheat germ. And wheat germ has got a nice nutty, it's kind of flavor that they'll like, and it provides, first of all, it provides more vitamin E than any other food. It's loaded with folic acid. It's a good source of omega-3. It's a good source of a couple other minerals. And what's interesting about it to me is it provides in high concentrations the nutrients that the average American is the most likely to be deficient in. So how do I do this with my kids? You can sprinkle it into their oatmeal. You can sprinkle it on your salads. You can put it in their yogurt. You can put it into their pancake mix. I mean, just simple, easy ways to use it. Use it. It's amazing. A little bit goes a long way. And then we can't forget about fresh herbs and spices. And they are, quite honestly, they are medicinal. They are medicinal in their ability to protect your health. Because again, the nutrients, the goodness is so super concentrated. And they don't make food taste bad. They make all foods and dishes taste better. And even most kids' palates will agree with that. And here we have parsley. And first of all, any leafy green you can be guaranteed is one of the healthiest foods you can put in your body, and that's true across the board. And what parsley's claim to fame is that it can boast more flavonoids, which is the darling of the phytochemical world, than any other food. So chop up a little fresh parsley, sprinkle it on top of any dish, salads and spaghetti sauce and pasta. Simple to do, and don't forget about garlic. Again, garlic truly has medicinal powers, and what I do is the best way to use your garlic is you want to mince it or chop it and let it sit for a little bit and put it into foods after you cook it. And again, you can put it in salad dressing, you can put it in salads, you can put it in vegetables, you can put it in any kind of dish you want. It's simple and easy to do. And don't forget about the special spices like curry and turmeric, which are now getting world acclaim for their potent anti-inflammatory effects. And again, curry, you can put it in bean dishes, you can put it in chicken dishes, you can put it in salad dressings. The bottom line is don't forget to use herbs and spices to both jack up the flavor and the nutritional quality and the nutritional power in foods. And I got to mention cinnamon. You can see I bought this one from my house, and we do so much cinnamon. I buy these big old fat jars, and look how much we've used. I don't know how long we've had that one, not very long. And cinnamon's really getting exciting press right now for its ability to do several things, like maybe help lower your cholesterol and improve blood sugar metabolism, and maybe even help control your appetite. So cinnamon is a great one. Let's see, we've already talked about canned pumpkin. Oh, There's another one that I want to talk about, and I don't have the prop because it's so healthy that I ate it all on the way here. No, I'm just kidding. I forgot it. It's called Braco sprouts, and these are amazing. You may have seen them. They're available in most all grocery stores in the produce section. And most people know how healthy broccoli is. It really is, and one of its biggest claims to fame is its cancer protective prowess. And there's a chemical in broccoli called sulforaphane that we know is the magic anti-cancer ingredient. And believe it or not, some cancer researchers from Johns Hopkins actually developed these invisible Braco sprouts, and they contain up to 100 times more sulforaphane in standard broccoli. And I buy them and I use them. What I do, again, a little bit is going to go a long way. You can sprinkle them on your salad. You can try to throw a few into your kids' sandwiches. Those are the sort of standard ways to use them. I don't think most kids want to put any in their mouth. But again, look for Braco sprouts. They're absolutely awesome. I hope that these tips have helped you. I think Stealth Health is fair game. And until next time, this is Dr. Ann for ICU. And remember, you are the only one that can make you healthy, so take charge of your health.